What is going on, my super sandwiches? Rhymestyle here. Today I'm joined by Mike from Laughing Media and Toasty. It's easy, Toasty. And today we're going to be discussing the possible change in the manga for the Resurrection F arc, in case you haven't heard. So to kind of summarize what happened, Toyotaro is actually going to introduce Champa a lot earlier, which if you've been reading the manga, you're already aware of that. But he's going to go into what he's calling the Champa arc. Now, we don't know if this means Universe 6 or if he's just going to take the Resurrection F story and add a Champa twist to it. We have no idea. All we can do is kind of wait for the next chapter to come out before we have an idea with that. But I brought these gentlemen together so we can discuss the possibility of what if the Resurrection F story does change and we have Champa now, and how we believe or predict or assume is going to happen next. So, Toasty, what you got?
Well, for me personally, and I think that my opinion differs from both of you, I personally don't think Frieza is going to be in this. I think that when they say that they're going to Champa's arc, I think that means that they are skipping over Resurrection F and going straight there, especially because the scan that was included with this announcement actually does not include Frieza in any way. Even though Frieza is included on the CD that Kazuya Yoshi, which is the guy who did the opening, he actually put out the CD covers, and Golden Frieza's on there with Super Saiyan God Goku, well, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, Goku and Vegeta, as well as Champa and Beerus on the other side. But for this, where it's talking about the manga only, there is no Frieza on this page. And I also think that if they're going to be ahead of the anime, in which case I'm thinking a few weeks ahead. So pretty much episode 14 happens this week. And then after that, we get, 15, 16, which are not technically in Resurrection F. And 17, 18, and 19, that's where Resurrection F's, like, most of the content that's around it is happening. So that's going to be pretty much where Resurrection F will be happening. So if it's going to be going ahead, like it says, it's going to be going ahead of the anime, I don't really see how that would be going ahead, since this is a monthly manga. So they will in some way have to go ahead of it in some way to where we won't be seeing the same sort of people in the same sort of time. So we see Frieza pretty much in the Dragon Ball Super manga. At the same time we're seeing Frieza in the anime. It doesn't really seem like it's going ahead of the manga or ahead of the anime at all in any sort of way. That's just what I think. I think that they're going to be skipping him completely.
That's an interesting point, but doesn't it bother you that the last chapter ended with them talking about reviving Frieza?
Yeah, but that's when Champa left, because Champa said that he was going to leave and then he would come back later. So if they're planning on reviving Frieza now, they're most likely not going to be taking that long to revive him from that point. So if that happens, then Champa will literally have to appear again in a few days when Frieza is revived in some way. If they do include Champa in with Frieza's arc, that would be really awesome, because I want to see Champa maybe help Frieza get his golden form or something, because we never got any sort of closure as to how he got his golden form, what he did to train. We never got any sort of info about that in the movie. But, for this, I don't think that Champa will make an appearance for Resurrection F. I think that it's going to be based afterward, but that's just me. I don't know.
Mike, what do you have?
I think just because how the manga ended really, for me, helps to seal this, because I feel like they wouldn't have mentioned Frieza being brought back to life unless they're going to do it, in the next manga chapter, or unless they're at least going to take place during the whole Frieza being brought back to life circle. So maybe, this kind of time skip where they're going ahead or something really involves, Champa and Frieza perhaps meeting up and training, which has always been kind of a pet theory of mine, since I feel like there's no way Frieza could feasibly, no matter what kind of writing you want to put into it, get that strong in 4 months unless he had godly help. And I feel like that might be a part of Champa's character, to try and be mischievous and work against, Beerus and perhaps Beerus's disciples to a degree, and try and help, Frieza go against them, maybe as a kind of war of gods, and so to speak. But I feel like it's definitely going to be the Resurrection F arc being shown, in the anime, and maybe depicted to a degree in the manga, with Champa helping out Frieza in this case, because, again, this movie just came out this year. I really don't think that they're going to skip over the movie, and I really don't think that they're not going to depict the movie at all, because, first off, people were kind of upset that they're redoing anything in the first place, kind of, rebooting it, so to speak. So if they kind of do it in this case, and just completely skip over the movie, the fans, I feel, will have kind of a backlash.
Right. I'm actually with you. I believe they're going to just introduce Champa introduce the Resurrection F story with the Champa twist to it. Because it'll give us something new, something different, but still kind of the same outcome. And then after that, the anime and manga will probably meet up in Universe 6. Because I feel like Universe 6 will be too early to happen right now. And I doubt, just because they mentioned Frieza in the last panel, that they'll skip over it, and in Chapter 5, bam, not there. There's a time skip, and they're doing a whole new story. So I feel like
Imagine if Toyotaro just like, decides to like plug himself, be like, hey, if you want to know what happens here, then just go watch my revival of F manga that I made when the movie came out. Like imagine if he just did that. He's just like, yeah, just go look at that. And now we're gonna go to Champa. Also, this is off topic completely, and I'm sorry for going off topic, but are either of you looking at the scan right now? Because you notice Goku and Vegeta's poses, even though Goku's is not the exact same and Vegeta's not the exact same either. Isn't that like very similar to the poses that they actually did when they first fought each other on Earth? Think about it, but like the opposite way. Vegeta's doing what Goku was doing, and then it is pretty cool. I don't know if that was actually intentional, but it's kind of cool how Vegeta's more close to Goku's pose back then than Goku is to Vegeta's pose back then. But
but what I was going to say is I do want Toyotaro to do that though. I would love to see him take the Resurrection F story and change it, because the only flaw that movie had was it didn't have really a story. It was just fighting and action, which is great. The movie was awesome. It's probably my favorite Dragon Ball Z movie of all time. But if you look at it from the point where what makes sense and what doesn't make sense is the entire setup of that movie. How did Frieza get strong? The timing doesn't make sense. How did Goku and Vegeta achieve the next Super Saiyan God form in such a short time? Nothing really makes sense. Again, it's a great movie action-wise, but the story just wasn't there. So I would love to see two things. One, I want the anime to basically spend some time developing that story and kind of fill in those holes. And two, I want the manga to tell it differently, to see what like kind of a what if twist to it. Like, what if Champa did train Frieza rather than Frieza just come back and training himself. So I would love to see those two spins on it. It'd be interesting to see who tells the story better. And
just tell me the Whis lookalike's name. That's all I actually want. That's really all. It's really annoying to have to see her all the time and not know her name. She's talked multiple times in the manga, but we do not know her name. In my video yesterday, I mentioned that I feel like the only reason why her name is being secretive is because Toriyama still hasn't come up with a name for it yet. Yeah, it's like, I just name her Wine, man. It's hurting me. Yeah, right. I hope Whis can fight too. I want to see Whis fight. We haven't seen Whis fight, like, really. We've seen him train Goku and Vegeta. We haven't seen him fight. Especially if Beerus is that much more savage right now in the anime than he was in the movie. Think about what level Whis is in the anime now. Like, that would be insane.
He could probably blow up universes with a freaking wave of his hand at this point.
Bro, he was about to throw hands with Piccolo when he touched him in the last episode. That would have been amazing. He was like, "Let go of me." Vegeta wasn't having any of that. He was like, "No, stop that."
Like the snail you are.
Yeah. So I guess the question we have to the people who are watching the video is, what would you guys want to see? Would you want to see a Resurrection F story retold where it kind of fills in the holes? Or would you want it to see completely retold where they have Champa now in the picture and we probably see a different fight, a different outcome, a different everything via the manga format? What is it that you're looking forward to the most if our theories are correct? Let us know in the comment section below. Gentlemen, is there anything else you want to add to this?
Nah, Beerus just looked like a savage though in this scan though. He looks like a savage.
I need this as a poster.
Yeah, this actually needs to be a poster. I got the calendar for Dragon Ball Super, the 2016 calendar. It's actually really awesome, but I need this as a poster too.
Yeah,
it really looks great, and I just love the positioning of the characters together. It seems like, especially like in that poster, for example, with Champa and Frieza staying right next to each other or posed right next to each other, that kind of gives me some chills because the potential between those two characters and exactly what they can show off in the series proper. Man, I can't wait for the possibilities to unfold if we're right and they actually show it.
Right. It's funny how the Resurrection F DVD is coming out as well in Japan very soon, as well as this happening, as well as like the arc in the anime happening as well. It's like it's all happening together, all of it.
Yeah. I guess all we can do right now is wait, because the next chapter should be out in a couple of days, 2 weeks tops. So let's see what
21st of October.
How
I think.
How awkward would it be if like the dude set up the Resurrection F story and like right when Frieza shows up, Champa just like pops in and just kills him, and then that's the next arc.
And
just completely write it out like that.
What if they change the ending of Resurrection F, and instead of Goku going back in time and all that shit, like instead of Vegeta like killing Frieza, Champa comes in and just kills him? I would be like, what? I'd be surprised.
That'd be such a big troll. It's like, I've come back stronger than ever. I guess not.
All I know is if the manga and anime do end up diverting and have different stories, it's going to open up a whole new conversation of what's canon and what's not.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that one.
Especially since this is an adaptation. Remember that, guys. Just because this is going, it says ahead, but if it is going ahead, just keep in mind this is an adaptation of the anime. So pretty much, Kira gave.
No, it's not even like that because Toriyama. So the way it works is Toriyama does like the blueprint, and then he hands it off, and then Toyotaro does the manga version of it, and then Toei does the anime version of it. That's why it's kind of weird with this, because like the story is canon, but the way it's being told is like it's questionable.
Yeah, I just wish that they worked more closely together so that there wouldn't be such, because, for example, there's a lot of people, I'm sure, who are looking at the anime right now, and they're kind of like, why isn't all this cool stuff from the manga happening yet? Like, why isn't Champa there yet? So, I mean, it'd be great if they worked more closely interweaved together.
Oh, yeah. I think Super's events for the fight between Goku and Beerus is a lot better than what the manga did. The manga did pretty much Battle of Z's opening.
And the only way we'll ever get the real answers is if we go to Japan ourselves and interview Toriyama.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta shake him down and be like, "Yo, Toriyama, what's the plot of Dragon Ball Super, man? Tell me right now. Tell me right now, bro."
Finding him is not actually that.
He forgot.
Finding him is not that hard because Bird Studios is like a real famous place, and it's like I think a while back I saw a bunch of pictures on Reddit of like the entire office and everything. Like it's a very public and knowledgeable. Like everyone knows where it is essentially. So it's like you can just show up at his house like, "Hey, yo, give me answers."
He's kind of reclusive though.
His house sticks out too like a sore thumb.
Yeah, it's like a big orange house or something like that.
He's like the Citizen Kane of Japan. He just kind of stays in his house.
But before we keep rambling, we want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about the possibility of, like I said, one, either a Champa version of Resurrection F, or two, getting a better told Resurrection F story? Like, what would you guys want? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And I guess all we can do now is just wait and see what happens in the next couple weeks. And, as we see more chapters pop up. But, of course, check out our channels, Toasty, Mike from Laughing Media. They'll be in the description below. We'll have our own opinions of it when they come out. We'll do reviews of the manga as well and all that good stuff. So just keep an eye out for that. And I guess, until then, all we can do is just sit here, wait, and think about what's to come and stuff. So, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, folks. We'll see you guys in the comment section below.
Peace. See you later. Peace.